I can't take this one apart, can I? What fun is that? I can't. Oh wait, I just did. Let's see what's under here. Ooh. Hey, I'm Steven with Mike Reynolds, and today we're talking about this MD 431. This is a mic from Sennheiser. Man, this sounds really good. I ain't gonna lie. So a lot of you are probably familiar with like the 421 and the 441. 421 is a mic that we see on, most recently we see it on drums like a ton. It's also a dynamic mic, very unique looking. Then the 441, that's like I think that's like the most expensive dynamic mic you can get, and they're very unique looking as well. They're the square looking. I should have had one on my desk, but I didn't even think about it. Something like David Bowie sang on or whatever. But this is kind of so you have the 421, 431. This mic originally, I think it came about in like the 80s or the 90s, the original version of it. Anyway, this is the Mark II. So it's a dynamic mic. It's a super cardioid pickup pattern. So what that means, it's going to be a lot tighter than your normal cardioid. I got a 58 here. We'll AB some things with my beautiful nasally voice here in just a moment. But super cardioid, you're gonna when you start getting to the side here, you start to lose it quite a bit versus like a cardioid mic. So on the back end, it's as I'm moving, you can see it gets really tight. But then what the principle with pickup patterns, whenever they get tighter, they start to produce off axis, some sort of pickup in the off axis. That can be tough to say sometimes. And so you can hear a little bit, but it does tighten it overall. Why is that good? Well, super cardioids, I think, if I remember correctly, especially with like stage wedges or just monitors, stage monitors, so wedges on stage, being placed at a specific angle, that when they were hitting the mic, they're hitting it at the proper angle, right at the deadest spot on the off axis. Which I think that's like 45 degrees. I think I might be wrong. But anyway, obviously in this day we're using a lot of in-ear monitors and things like that. So dynamics on stage are really, really important, especially to help with bleed and whatnot. They're not as sensitive as condensers. Keep that in mind. So they don't have like the electronics that are powered by phantom. So they don't have, again, way less sensitive. So being a dynamic, it doesn't even have an actual SPL rating. So I could yell into this. I could put it on a snare. I could probably put it pretty close to a jet engine, and it probably melt before you distort it. And maybe that's a theory we should test. If I were to test it against an SM58, I think you're going to hear a difference, especially in the frequency response, where this one ends up being very, very smooth, almost flat, but very, very, very smooth. It's also fairly uniform in the pickup pattern overall, except when it gets to maybe the high frequencies, which on the off axis, and it's kind of tough to hear. So one cool thing, I just realized my thumb is playing with it and it's attempting to turn this mic on and off, and I can't. So it does actually have an on-off switch right here, but you can lock it by turning this little screw here. And somebody did that knowing I would try to turn it on and off because I'm a child. But yeah, this mic sounds great. This got to be one of the better dynamic mics that I've found, and at its price point, that makes total sense. I think these, what did I see? I think this was like $550 or something like that. $530 right now. Obviously, you can, for a fraction of that price, you can rent that from Mike Reynolds and give that a try, and put it up against some of the better dynamics that are out there, or more popular dynamics that are out there. Earthworks 117, SEV7, and of course, we'll put it up against stuff that you already have. So I'm going to take out the good old 58 and kind of switch over real quick, and you kind of hear it dull out quite a bit because in the 58's frequency response, a good chunk of the presence that the 431 has it's just not there. So I'm going to come back to this as well. Yeah, this mic sounds great. So back over to that 58. 58, remember, is a cardioid. It's dynamic as well, so SPL and sensitivity are very similar to this. So cardioid being dead in the off, when I say dead, it has a better off-axis response than this does, meaning there's not there's not much there. So those are the big comparison between the two. Back over to this 431. Some little cool fun facts. Man, I know what I just realized is the handling noise. Very, very minimal. That's cool. And I'm shaking it because I'm listening to how the suspension is handling as well. Because if I go over to 58, yeah, it's pretty similar too. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign with the dynamic because like they're going to get roughed up. 58s get beat up and burnt and dumped and ran over. That's a good sign for me that this mic is well built. I feel like Sennheiser does a great job on a lot of their mic builds too. Little fun fact that was coming to mind was, oh my goodness, I think these got pretty popular because they were on the Foo Fighters tour back in like 05. You might need to Google that to see if it prove me right or wrong. So yeah, man, MD431 definitely worth a try. Like I said, for as far as handheld goes, because you got the 441, the 421, you can't really hold those without being super awkward. It looks like it has like you have to hold the mic clip. It's like holding a SM7 without a mic stand. But as far as handhelds go, this got to be one of the better dynamics that I can't even think of one that sounds as good as this does. So yeah, try it out. And we'll see you on the next mic.